Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk. So today I'm reviewing, as you can see from the title, 2018 mock draft. And this is when I didn't really watch prospects. In fact, I didn't watch any of the prospects. Maybe highlights and while they were playing in Colin Cowherd's show or something like that. I didn't know anything about these prospects. I did a lot of research at this time on the fits and what teams needed. I'm like, oh, you need this? Oh, here's the best guard, they say. I like this name, or this guy sounds good, or this guy's at a school that is good. So anyway, let's get into the mock draft. Number one, I had the Browns selecting Sam Darnold. And by the way, I'm walking outside. So if you hear cars and maybe a little bit of wind, that's what that is. Hopefully it's not bad. And if it's bad, I'm not going to upload this anyway. So the Browns with Sam Darnold, I was buying into the hype. Baker Mayfield ended up being a pretty good pick at this point. I guess the Browns made a better pick than what I selected for them at this point. But we'll see what Sam Darnold does later in his career. I think the Jets were in a really a good place for him to thrive in the whole deal with Adam Gase being his offensive coordinator. And, not a good pick. Number two, though, I had the Bills trading up for Josh Allen. So I nailed this one. Good pick. Same pick as they did. But the Bills only had to trade up to 7, so I guess they made the better pick, per se. And then number 3, I had the Jets going Josh Rosen. So either or, they selected a bad quarterback. But at least with my pick, they would have moved off him earlier. And they may have even had the first pick in the 2019 NFL draft and selected Kyler Murray. And that would have been a better pick. Number 4, I had the Patriots. I had them trading up 20-something spots because they made it to the Super Bowl. I think they lost to the Eagles that year or something. I forget what it was. Yeah, so I had them trading all the way up for Baker Mayfield. That's a better pick than Sony Michel, but obviously you're probably going to get a better pick if you end up trading up 50 million spots. But yeah, so I had them selecting Baker Mayfield. Yeah, pretty good, right? The 4th quarterback taken. I had 4 quarterbacks in the top 4. And then the 5th and 6th, I nailed Colts and Broncos. Just reverse that with the Bradley Chubb and Quentin Nelson. Great job by me. I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that whole situation. Number 7, though, I had the Buccaneers taking Saquon Barkley. That was a good pick. They ended up trading back with the Bills and selected Vita Vea. Again, good job. Good job. But for a guy that didn't look at any mock drafts, I selected a pretty good guy in this spot. Well, it's not like I was blind and I saw the top guy, so it's not like I was whatever. But a guy didn't know much would have been good. I think Saquon would have been good at the time for them because they still had Jameis Winston and we're still trying to figure that whole situation out with him and the whole deal there. The next spot, I just need to go look back at it. I was trying to memorize everything. Oh, it was the Bears and Trayvon Emmons. Yeah, he ended up being selected 16th by the Bills. Good pick. And the top linebacker, I forgot what happened this year, but he got a lot of money. Oh, he got injured. Yeah, he got injured with the Bills. But yeah, the Bears end up drafting Roquan Smith, who was actually later, and I'll mention it in this draft. But I don't think the Bears regret that pick, but they ended up not signing him long term. The 49ers, Calvin Ridley, if you knew the whole gambling stuff, I don't know, I guess you would still make the pick. They got him for a 3rd rounder at least. The Falcons did. But this one was a good pick for the 49ers at the time. They're still looking for a quarterback, so maybe you go quarterback. They end up selecting Mike McGlinchey, I believe, in this draft. Mike McGlinchey ended up not being great, but he ended up being solid. Not what you want, though, for number 9 pick. Denzel Ward with the Raiders. He ended up being picked number 4. The Raiders couldn't need a cornerback at this time, so that would have been a good pick. Vita Vea to the Dolphins. They got Christian Wilkins, I believe, in the next draft. So overall, same idea. The Giants I had trading back. I just had the Giants. Whatever my mock drafts are, I have the best ideal scenario for them. They're going to trade back at all these assets, or they're going to trade up and get the best pick. It's really lame in a draft to pick we're stick and pick. But I had us getting Marcus Davenport, good player, but probably hasn't reached his potential with the Saints that you likely would have liked. The Redskins, oh man, they were the Redskins at the time. We can say it all we want because technically we're the Redskins. And I'm selecting Minkah Fitzpatrick. So the Miami Dolphins end up going Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is a good spot. I really don't. I guess you can need a safety. Good value, good player, good for them. Packers, Will Hernandez, end up getting drafted in the 2nd round. Obviously not good round in the middle of the 1st. And then the Cardinals, Lamar Jackson. He ended up getting picked with a 32nd pick. I was ahead of my time. I actually had a low opinion about Lamar Jackson. I was like, he's a running back and that type of thing. So maybe it was before that opinion that I had. And then Derwin James, Chargers, nailed it. Get a little sound effect. Mike McGlinchey to the Seahawks. That could have fixed, if they had him and then Dwayne Brown, that would have been good. Obviously, that didn't happen. The Cowboys, DJ Moore. that's a good pick. Who selected him? Carolina Panthers ended up selecting him. So yeah, good pick there. And then I lost my spot. You had the Lions with Jair Alexander, really good pick. Bengals with Deshaun Evans, not a great pick. And then this is where it gets kind of a little bit shaky after the Giants select Connor Williams. Good pick. I mean, I just solved the Giants' issues. I had them drafting Connor Williams, a good guard, and then a good defensive end. Is that not what we need right now still? James Daniels, don't know who he is. Got him selected by the Browns, so that's a bad pick. Courtland Sutton to the Panthers, so I also gave them a wide receiver. Kind of even there, washed opinion. Roquan Smith at the Titans, that would have been great with like Bud Dupree and the whole deal. Their team would have been really good. Jerron Payne, defensive tackle to the Falcons, that's another good pick. I forgot. They went Calvin Ridley, I think. So that's with them. Josh Jackson to the Saints. Josh Jackson fizzled out of the NFL, but I still think that's not a bad pick. And then for some reason, I was obsessed with Shaquem Griffin, even though he had 3 fingers on one hand. I thought, oh, no, he's just special. He's going to be a linebacker without any hands. Okay. Well, without all of his fingers. I don't know what I was thinking. And then the Jaguars, Orlando Brown. Hey, he ended up getting the 3rd round. I call him Orlando Clown. He's a good player. It's just, and he's worth the contract that they gave him this year. He's just not elite, which is what I was saying, and he wanted elite money, which it kind of threw me off. I forgot who they ended up selecting in this draft. Mike Hughes, right? I don't think he ended up being really anything. And then Okoronkwo for the Browns. I think I called that, right? Okoronkwo ended up being on the Browns, right? Am I just stupid about that? And finally, the Eagles, Taven Bryan. I don't know. What happened with Taven Bryan? I think he just ended up, he wasn't a good player and fizzled out, and that was it. But yeah, that's my mock draft. Let me know how I did, and make sure you make mock drafts, because in 2030, which is 6 years from now, we're as close to 2030 as 2018. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, make a mock draft right now. Even if you don't really know what you're talking about. I really don't know what we're talking about. But in the future, this year, I am making mock drafts. And I have one kind of semi-made out. I just want to know all the prospects. It's kind of like a puzzle. I'm missing pieces of the puzzle right now with cornerbacks and the whole deal. But that's where I'm at right now. Let me know what you think, how I did. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.